Hi everybody and happy Friday to you. Our first week all back together is nearly finished, and what a great week it has been. So as we've done all the way through lockdown and we'll continue to do, we'll spend our Friday assembly gathering together and sharing some really good work that's been going on through school this week. And this week I have found 3 places in school where we're going to stop and take a pause and have a look at the work that children have produced. And the first place we are going to stop is a year group who've had some real fun outside this week. So it's a year group who've done their learning outside linked to science. Ooh, I bet some of them have guessed. We're going to stop in year 1 first of all, and in year 1 science you are learning to observe, collect, write about, identify and group mini beasts. And of course, any work on mini beasts means that you've got to go and find some mini beasts. And earlier this week, year 1 took themselves outside. Looks like you went to the secret garden and had a really good look. There you all are, for as many different mini beasts as you could find. I love this picture. Have a look at all of you. See if you can figure out who's who in those hoods. You're clearly looking at something very, very interesting. And I wonder if you were looking so carefully because you'd found this little fella. Have a look. Can you see? Year 1. I'm not sure which way up he was. Maybe it was that way. Year 1 found a frog on their mini beast hunt earlier this week. So those children had a brilliant time outside searching and collecting mini beasts and bringing them back into the classroom. Not the frog, but lots of slugs and snails and worms and woodlice, I think you found. And then you had to do some observational writing about what you'd found and what you could see. And again, every time I look in year 1's books, the quality really impresses me. So have a look at Hattie's book first of all. Isn't it beautiful? What wonderful presentation. And this is what Hattie's written about her mini beast hunt. I went on a mini beast hunt and found a worm and a slug. The worm has no legs, but it has an antenna, does it? I wasn't sure. I need to check that, Hattie, to see whether that's right or not, whether it's got an antenna. I also found a frog, and the frog was asleep. It was spotty and green and slimy. A frog has 4 legs. Yes, absolutely. Brilliant. Well done, Hattie. You did a lovely report. Let's find out what Enya found on her mini beast hunt. And again, Enya's got lovely handwriting. She's done some beautiful work here. I wonder if Enya found a slug and a worm as well. I went on a mini beast hunt and found a slug and a worm and a beetle. The beetle has 6 legs. Now, what do we call animals with 6 legs? Older children will know that animals with 6 legs belong to the insect family. So the beetle was an insect and an antenna. I also found a frog. A frog has 4 legs and it can jump so high. I'm glad you found the frog, Enya. What an exciting thing to find. And then finally, it's Holly. And Holly said, oh, gorgeous work, Holly, I have to say. Beautiful work there. Really lovely handwriting. Let's see what you've written. I went on a mini beast hunt and found a slug and a woodlouse. The slug was very slimy and had 2 antennae. It had 0 legs. The woodlouse had 14 legs and an exoskeleton. And an exoskeleton, as Holly must have learned there, is when the hard part of your body, like our hard part of our body, our skeleton is inside. An exoskeleton is where the shell or the hard part of the body is on the outside. So if you imagine a woodlouse, it's got its skeleton on the outside, and exo means outside. So it's got an exoskeleton. Wow. I also found a frog that was green and spotty. Well done, year 1. I'm really glad that you had a lovely mini beast hunt. The next place we are stopping is in year 2. And in year 2, children have been writing, they've been inspired by the Wallace and Gromit films and not cartoons, they're animations, and particularly inspired by all the wonderful machines that are invented in those programs. And they've had to write some quite technical explanations of some new inventions, some new machines that they have imagined. So they had to imagine the two machines they had to imagine. The first one's called a teacher pleaser. And this is a machine that does things that just make teachers really, really happy. And the second one was around helping people to sleep. It was a snoozatron. A snoozatron to help people have a good night's sleep. Now, I've chosen Frankie's teacher pleaser machine because it just made me smile. I think it's really good, this, Frankie. Have a listen. I would really like a machine like this. The teacher pleaser. By the way, look at Frankie's gorgeous writing. All joined up, absolutely beautiful. Does your teacher get moody? There's a question, children. Does your teacher get moody? Answer that in your heads. If so, then use the teacher pleaser machine, and soon your teacher will become the kindest person in school. To switch the machine on, you need to push the green button. This makes the chocolate dispenser work, and a Kit Kat comes down the tube. Oh, brilliant. If your teacher wants a lovely cup of tea, then you need to pull the lever and she will be able to enjoy it. Finally, you need to push the red button. This causes the marking pen to mark the books in 5 minutes flat. Oh, Frankie, I think all the teachers would love to own a machine like that, especially one that had a marking pen that marked all the books in 5 minutes flat. Good imaginative writing from you, Frankie. And then I've got Maya, and it's your snoozatron that I'm going to read. Absolutely gorgeous handwriting. Presentation in year 2 is really impressive. Are you desperately in need for a good night's sleep? Sometimes I am. If so, buy the snoozatron and it will improve your sleep. How does it work? To start the machine running, you need to pull a red lever. Next, alarm bells ring, and after that, Luca, my dog, gets into a sheep's costume. And I think, because you've only written the beginning, you're going to have some kind of counting sheep, because that's what people say. If you can't sleep, imagine sheep jumping over fences and see if you get to 100. And most people fall asleep before they get to 100. So thanks for that, Maya. That made me smile. And then Finley's writing's really improved. His handwriting really improved. Much smaller, much clearer to read. Can you not get to sleep? Well, the snoozatron will help you get a good night's sleep. To start the machine running, pull a lever down. There we go. So you've made a really good start, Finley. And then I've also got Jude. Jude, your teacher's so pleased with you at the moment. Miss Mead says you are working so hard and putting in so much effort, Jude, and I can see that in your work. So you've only just started this, and so far it says, do you suffer from sleepless nights? If so, then buy the snoozatron and you won't get nightmares. Jude, I think I will. I'd buy that from you. To start the machine running, you must pull the lever down. This makes the alarm bells a chime, and then Gromit puts his sheep costume on. So maybe that's what happened in the film, and Gromit was pretending to be the sheep, jumping over fences to help everyone get to sleep. Well done, year 2. Miss Mead was really proud of you this week. Okay, finally, we are going to go to year 6. And I've got some artwork to share. I think you'll really like these. The children in year 6 are doing a topic. I think it's called What's in a Name? And it's about how we could use art to express things about ourselves and our names, and why names are really important. And the first thing that the children had to do, I wish I'd been in this lesson, I would have loved this, was to create an image of their own name and try and express themselves through the colours that they've chosen and the decoration that they included. So they had to write their name in like block capitals and then add decoration to it. And what you'll see is that they really have, I think, expressed themselves. So this is the first one. Have a look. Look at that. This is Willow, which is a beautiful name. And can you see the colours going from dark through to light that Willow's chosen? And she's added beautiful embellishments onto her block capitals. Well done, Willow. I think that's lovely. And then for a contrast, because they're all different, these are going to look great on display. Have a look at Sarah's. Love this one. So through the shapes, the colours and the details, Sarah is expressing herself through her name, through that piece of art. I think that's wonderful, Sarah. I love the shapes on there. And just if you needed proof about how art can help people to express, I've got two children in Miss Green's class. There are 1, 2, 3 Olivias. So 3 girls with the name Olivia, and they all had to do the same task, and they were all totally different and really expressed something about each individual. So I've just brought 2 of them down that were finished. So have a look. So here's Olivia number 1 and the colours that she chose, which I love, and the shapes. I love those cool blues, Olivia. And then here's Olivia 2. Totally different shapes, totally different colours. And I think that's really, really interesting that 2 children with the same name have managed to express themselves so differently. So well done, everybody, on week 1. We've worked really hard. We've behaved really well. We're going to have a really nice weekend, plenty of rest and relaxation, and come back ready for another week of learning on Monday. So have a good Friday, everyone. Have a good weekend, and I will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.